If I'm here, it's
No-
never good.
No one
really
can
was it
job at
good?
being us. No one can do a better job at being us than we can.
Or a
What's
worse job.
Insanely
Well said.
profound. Insanely
Or better
obvious.
or worse.
So
Plain
let's see.
dumb.
So there's real. No, it's not, because it says just go Club Titan Thor. So this is old.
You're old.
And then Galnet sort of said something. Thargoid, oh, whatever. We'll just pretend it's a podcast, right?
That's what we usually do.
I was going to say.
Dude.
What number?
Okay. Yes, what number indeed? 248. Hey,
I should get stats. I don't have.
Yeah.
them.
You don't have stats?
They're out of date. They're vastly
Oh,
out of date.
man.
Yeah.
Are they
Oh.
reasonably in date or completely out of date?
I believe the phrase I said was completely out of date. So
No. Quick, go get new
Well,
stats.
anyway, this is episode 248 of the Loose Screws podcast for the 22nd of August in 2024.
33
out 10.
I'm Commander What's His Face, and this is loosest and screwiest times.
Commander Mommy.
Oh, and I'm joined tonight by
mommy.
By who
sometimes
there?
you
By
think if
who?
you just push through enough of the intro, you'll get into the meat of things, and then you'll be off to the races and you won't give up. But sometimes I almost tip over right at the beginning.
I think this episode's just going to be gristle all the way down. There ain't no.
Right.
We haven't yet begun to intro.
I'm joined tonight by Commander Audaxius
Hello, everyone.
and Commander Larkshadow.
Hello.
Oh God,
Hey,
and
don't steal my
Commander
line.
Chig
That's me.
and Commander Oblivious.
Mary.
No, that's Lark Shadow. Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
There's an obscure joke.
is it? Yes.
Is it really? Really?
So this is right. I guess I took a couple of weeks off. Not that long. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
what
a couple weeks.
It was a couple weeks. Anyway, so I'm gonna slot right in like everything's fine and normal. Hey guys, how was everybody doing in space? Audaxius, how's space?
Space is great. Space is empty. Space
It
is
is
the
vast.
only place big enough to contain a personality as annoying as mine.
He's not wrong.
Barely.
Infinite.
No, it's going great. I've been out of game for a while. A lot of real life home renovations, which are dragging out but satisfying.
Oh yeah, I saw
So-
those pictures your kids drew on the wall, so you had to knock it down.
Yep. I was just like, I'm never gonna get it clean. Whole thing's coming down. Fine. Okay. It's the whole DIY homeowner. You're too poor to pay people to work on your house, but you're rich enough so it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's a good place to be. So yeah, that's me for now.
Right on. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And
Okay.
then it's time. Okay. All right. Then Mr. Larkshadow.
Mr.
Okay.
Lark Shadow. Wow.
I don't. Sorry, is that your father?
No, no, it's not. I have actually been pretty good. The smoke has been dissipating a little bit, which has given a nice reprieve to my lungs and reminded me that, yes, I am just allergic to wildfire smoke. I'm not still sick with pneumonia or whatever, because as soon as the smoke blew out, my lungs felt better like the next day. So that was great. And then the smoke came back in. So, it's a cycle. Yay, Idaho. In game, I have been doing conflict zones because I was in the mood for some pew-pews. And I am proud to say have completed a low CZ with my under-engineered Mark III Viper.
Yay!
It's solo. That was really hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Best ship in the game.
It's the one.
Man, here.
Mm-hmm.
Great ship. Doesn't have a lot of stopping power when all the other ships are gunships and corvettes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
all-
you can outlast them, you know?
She's a mover.
I did.
Yeah.
But at the very end, I actually ran out of ammo, and to win the CZ, killed a Cobra Mark III by ramming them at like 450 meters a second, and
Hell yeah.
that was fantastic.
Hey,
Highlight of my
that
week.
is no small thing. That thing's as thin as a credit card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Not easy to hit.
It depends
amazing
which
it
way
didn't
you're
cut
trying to
right
hit it
through
from.
you.
Oh yeah,
I
I mean
hit it
it's
from the
either
top.
impossible to hit or the easiest thing in the world to hit.
Yeah.
I came in from the top. It was the easiest thing in the world.
That is good about the Cobra, right? It's like,
Oh,
oh man,
frick.
these frustrating bastards, and then they'll show you the dorsal side, and you're like, oh, delete.
all or
Yeah,
nothing.
frick. The fact that it gave me the kill, including the bounty, and won the CZ with that was just, mwah. It was so much fun.
I want you to be able to hit it side on and it just slice right through your ship. Just cut it in half.
I'm pretty sure the Cobra's thinner than the Viper. It cut me in half.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
The
a
knife
knife.
ship.
Yep.
It was good times, though. Good times.
Well done.
Sweet. About Chig. What about Chig?
What about Jig?
What about Chig?
I haven't been on the show in a few weeks either. I've been busy with work. I've spent the last 2 weeks more nights in a hotel than at home. So
Oh,
there's
that
been,
sucks.
yeah, it's been a lot of, there's travel for work and there was travel for like Ren Fair. We go down to the Renaissance Festival and crap, get all dressed up like super
Ooh.
nerds. And then when my daughter had MEPS, she's going to the Air National Guard. So we were down in the Twin Cities for a couple days. Well, we got
heck yeah.
back today. And what the hell else has been happening? Oh, and I've been playing video games with Dubs again. He's not back in Elite Dangerous. He's actually stationed overseas right now.
Oh,
over,
dang.
Oh, weird.
over in Korea. So he's been over there. So he's got a weird time zone thing
No
going
wonder
on.
We've hardly heard from him.
Yeah, but like he gets up at like 5 a.m. and plays 7 Days to Die with his wife and some of the buddies on base. So we're
Nice.
playing. So me and my daughter have started getting up at 5 and playing with him and his wife and their friends and stuff. At 5 a.m. With a wonderful ping. Being on opposite sides of the world like that and stuff. But it's
Sure.
It's been fun. It's been good to talk to him again. So that's been kind of one of the things, that's been keeping me out of the cockpit a little bit.
Hi, Dubs. We
And-
miss you.
Yeah. I think that's all that's going on in my little corner of the woods here.
Nifty.
Neato.
Oblivious. What's new since last week?
Well, let's see. I need to reach out to Dubs. My son's going to deploy to Korea next month. Maybe you can give us some tips. Let's see. Real life. Just working out back, building some dry creek beds for some drainage areas that I had there. That's a lot of fun. Nice break in the weather, though. Finally got rid of a bunch of the humidity. It hasn't been so hot and sweaty. And speaking of hot and sweaty, in game, went and blew up a Titan.
Nice.
Doing some engineering. Built a Titan dumpster diver because I think there's got to be a CV for that coming up here pretty soon. So,
Right.
I like that.
Dumpster diver.
With some of those sweet size 6 resistant racks.
Exactly.
Very nice. Well, I guess
How
For
about
me,
you,
yeah.
Trax?
I've been missing. I think I was supposed to do. I actually think I got off my schedule. I think whatever. The point is, because I was absolutely just overwhelmed and brain dead. I kind of at work had this realization that I've there's some like online freelancing like marketplace platforms that I farm some of my been able to kind of just that it's been a machine that just kind of sits there and churns out leads for me for years. And I pretty much ignored any sort of platform nonsense and changes and things like that. And apparently, over the past, I don't know, several months, it seemed to be slowing down, and there's just some sort of like changes they were doing that I wasn't really in favor of, and it seemed kind of like they were trying to trick me into paying for stuff that I used to get for free, kind of things like that I wasn't. And I went and started looking around and discovered that they're kind of just changing the way anybody searches for anything on these platforms. And without getting into the whole big thing, it's like, oh shoot, I need to like redo all of my sort of marketing stuff. And I absolutely hate that crap. Oh my God, do I hate it. So, but anyway, I had to sort of switch on that part of my brain and sort of talk about my business. Oh God.
Tell us more.
It's like, yeah, it's like, why do you, it's like, why should, what sets you apart from other people? And it's like, oh my God, I hate this so much. So anyway, I think I've pretty much got that all down. I made like videos and things like that. And I shot a bunch of them today. I think it's behind me and I'm going to be okay. But anyway.
So tell us, Mr. Drax, what sets you apart from other audio engineers? Well, have they ever soloed a Hydra?
If only I could talk about something like this,
just
right?
Look at you blankly like, what the what?
What the fuck does that mean?
That's why
What's that mean?
Audacious was giggling a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, and then so fun times. Yes. So we killed another Titan. Engineering did a bunch of engineering stuff. I got plenty to say about that. And there's this new ship. It's amazing, and I want to tell everybody about it. It's so great. Part 2, yeah. It's so outstanding, and I wish people knew about it because it's brand new.
Just to do this live, because you cut out when you said the ship name. Is he cutting out for anyone else, or is it just
Yeah, Trax, we're kind of dropping your audio.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hope.
Oh, just dropped again.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Am I gonna reconnect? I'm gonna reboot Discord quickly, and I'll be right back. All right.
All right.
So what should we talk about him while he's gone? Careful, Warner Brothers will come after us. They're desperate for money.
Oh no! Did I just get us copyright struck?
Not again.
Not again.
Forever.
That was
All right. What happened? What did I miss?
We just
might
got
have a copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
He leaves for 2 seconds.
Seconds. Anyway, yes. So I've done all these things and engineering, and it's great. And there's this fantastic new ship I can't wait to tell everybody about. It's called the Python Mark II.
Yay!
Wait, that's not new.
It's new to him.
It's new to some.
Definitely is. Shall we do something? Well, the next thing that would normally happen would be a squadron update, except none of this is up to date.
Yeah.
So,
I can do a quick squadron update. Give me a
all right.
God.
What does it say? Do you want me to play the soundboard? You know what? I'm going to play the soundboard.
Yeah, go for it while I get there.
Go for it.
Incoming priority message. Squadron briefing.
All right. First things first, I would have added the soundboard forever ago for when I was hosting, but I'm not an admin, so I can't. So I just play them out of the pin messages and turn my volume way up and then back down.
Wait, really? It locks you out of that?
Yeah, you can't add a bot unless you're an admin, at least on this server.
Oh, I just signed into it. It must have kicked itself out in the last couple of days or something because I signed in and re-added it just today, but it work for you from now on.
In BGS news, there's a little bit of unrest in Duroc, so any bounties good trade if they're there will actually help get them out of that. There's also a boom in both Comma and 7 Andromeda. We are still pushing for influence in NLTT V2161 just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And going for control there. And we still have some other rebuilding going on, some preventative maintenance, and even a few conflicts going on, including helping out the brothers of Terra Mater, who call on us for help and still have a few conflicts that they need to wrap up. So if you're in the mood for that sort of thing, go see Standing Orders in the Loose Screws Faction channel, and we'll get you straightened out.
Glorious.
Yay.
Wonderful and wonderful. And I guess next I would hop into a Galnet news update. There's been a Galnet.
Mm-hmm.
And what's
and that's the update.
I should have done the squadron update that way too.
There's a okay.
Our
so,
squadron exists. Galnet exists. Yay! Moving
yay!
Breaking news.
So-
There is news. More at 11.
A couple
Dead
of days
game.
ago, Thargoid War Bulletin. And the interesting part here is they, besides mentioning that 2 Titans remain, we talk about xenoology. Powers are eagerly cooperating to study the Titans' remains. So blah
Get
blah
your
blah.
dumpster divers ready.
Yeah, blah blah
I'm
blah.
sure
Maybe
there's
something
no-
gonna happen.
There's no subversive self-interest there at all.
Does cooperating have air quotes? I feel like it
Yeah.
should have air quotes.
Yeah.
It just has actual quotes.
No. fancy.
How would you type air quotes? How would you type that?
You literally type the word
Parentheses.
air quote, and then after it, you do / air quote.
No, you just
Quote-
you use the tilde. It's like a little like quotation mark floating through the air.
That's an approximate quote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that means almost.
What is going on right now?
Grammar.
Next up,
We're just writing the
today-
next. We're just writing the next Galnet article.
Yeah,
live.
we're feeding them ideas. Then today, Kumo crew claims responsibility for some this article.
Oh,
So-
sorry, you cut out for what tracks? For what?
Oh
They
my
claim
God,
responsibility
really?
for what? Just say it
Kumo
again.
crew claims responsibility for something that we didn't know about until reading this article in which they claim responsibility.
I hate
which
when they do that.
I thought was a little weird, but the
Classic
article's
Kumo crew.
headline, sort of acts like was an assassination attempt.
By the way,
And-
5 years ago, I stole your lunch. How you feel about that?
Right. That's kind of how it felt.
Yeah,
This is
so
pretty cool. Trax is now talking faster to squeeze more in between the
There we go.
dropouts.
I'm trying to make it work for me, you know.
Trying to trick
usually-
it. Perfect.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, there's Galnet update.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
What's the subtext?
I just want to say
Why-
this. No. Let me just say something on this
Okay.
dropping out. It would actually be better if he talks slower, because when he's talking faster, when he drops out for 2 seconds, we lose more words. So he should
yeah.
talk slower. So we only lose parts of words.
we
well-
quality per sentence.
An
I'll tell you what,
explosion outside the Federal Republican Party offices on Nanomam 1.
I do
Right.
say.
He gets
Wow.
more southern when he slows down.
3 government workers.
He
Getting into
resorted to
Longhorn
his-
Leghorn territory.
He resorted to his native Ohio accent. Wow.
Oh, that's not Ohio.
We've never heard that one. Oh,
He's
In
I
saying,
wouldn't
Ohio,
know.
they-
well.
I wouldn't know. I've never been.
In Ohio, so when we were first moving,
Oh, we wouldn't
we met
know.
with a realtor.
You
to
tracks. You got to go a lot slower than that. You just cut out.
Oh, fucking hell. God, why tonight? Why did I show up for this?
Yep.
My God, man.
Anyways.
Anyways, in Ohio, they say,
Hey,
No,
what?
we don't know what
Oh
they
my
say.
God.
Just,
this is horrible.
you know, third
I
time's
love
a
everything
charm.
about this.
Third
I'm
time's a charm.
I'm starting to guess that this is intentional. You sound genius, you.
We can just hear him hitting the space button.
What could
Push delete.
possibly, I'm like
It's
looking at,
just an internet thing.
Hey, Trax, can I
right.
share while you're looking at that the thing with your computer that you mentioned on the other podcast? For those that don't know,
what?
the new
What thing
computer.
was that? You want to share that I got a new computer?
Yeah, and that's why everything's farked, because new computer.
This
how it
isn't my
works.
new computer. I don't. This podcast I broadcast from my game computer because I'm often capturing gameplay footage like I am
great.
right now.
I thought you used a walkie-talkie for this podcast.
I should. It would come out better.
Commodore
Apparently.
64.
All I got's a ham radio.
He's on his phone.
Over.
Yep. Over.
So, does somebody want to talk about this Galnet article about? Kumo
My comment is,
I still want to know what they say in Ohio that got cut out 3 times.
She was taking us all over.
oh my
She would-
God.
The government doesn't want us to know about Ohio.
It's Ohio's government and they're listening in.
He was 100% fine talking about his computer and that, talking about Ohio. Is that what's
What the
happening? Is
hell?
Ohio?
We got to
angry?
drop it. We got to move on, gents.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
We got a show to make. Why does this Galnet article exist?
So, anyways, the Kumo crew has claimed responsibility for an assassination attempt on Jerome Archer. Also, they've claimed responsibility for messing up Track's audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn
gentlemen,
you.
why does this Galnet article exist? What's the subtext?
The subtext is Power Play 2.0 is less than a month away.
It is. Thank you so much. PP 2.0. We are on the way.
On the next FU, are we going to get more
On
PP?
the next Technically, yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's laying the groundwork for PowerPoint 2.0.
PowerPoint 2.0.
PowerPoint 2.0.
Easier to insert videos into that PowerPoint.
I'm jazzed, man. I've always loved that the BGS system exists and gives bigger context, but it's somewhat abstract. And I'm hoping that the whole PowerPlay thing gives I don't know. Maybe that's abstract is the wrong word, but I'm excited for the new system to interact with.
I don't care even a little bit.
I can
Okay.
Here, Daxie, I'll put it in a way you can understand. The current Power Play is like Blockbuster, and Power Play 2.0 is going to be like Redbox.
Sure.
How would you even know that?
How would you not know I don't know that I know that?
How would I? Why? Oh my God, my head.
Yeah.
This is
Check the
back,
cameras, Chris.
back to the grammar.
Yeah.
I think
Grammar.
Jack's abandoned us after that.
If it's this, he's off talking his Ohio.
I'm
relatives.
scared
We wouldn't
to. I'm scared to try to talk.
Let us be the judge of that.
understand.
Let us be scared of you talking. Well,
Yeah.
no, but like of all the systems they were gonna do something with in this game, Power Play was like the least interesting one to me. I have little care about it.
It could help. It could help though because
Yeah. I think if it's an extension of the Thargoid war mechanics, that's getting basically supplanting. We call it 2.0, but it's basically if that's supplanting the whole power play system, then good on them. And that's what I'm hoping.
if we can influence it as independence, then it might be okay. That's my main thing. Like if I can't influence it without being pledged to a power, like if powers can roll into our systems and do things, take action against those while not being pledged, then all is for naught. Because like I don't think the system can be what it ought to be. It can't be a new like sort of galaxy wide feature. You know, if it's oh, now I can see that it's not picking me up. It's stupid Discord's fault. I can see it.
Dang it,
All
Discord.
Discord.
I'm gonna change this setting
Discord?
there.
That'll
Now
do it.
you can't lock me out, Discord. Now my mic's always open.
Quick, talk about Ohio. Let's test it.
Really? We're going back to
Southern
the
Ohio.
Ohio thing.
We'll just
So the
tie it into
the real estate agent is taking us all around. So this is about PowerPlay 2.0, but I'm going to tell it to you in a very roundabout
There
way.
we
And at the
go.
end, you're going to get a big moral out of the story. So she's taking us all around. She's showing us different. You did it fucking drop me out again?
It did.
Yeah, it is
All
Ohio.
right, then it's not Discord because my mic's just wide open now.
That's crazy. Wow.
I'm
But it
so
hap-
happy that worked.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. So you like the new power play if it can be affected by people not pledged to it.
Yeah.
So,
like the BGS.
Yeah, if I can reduce a power's influence on systems without being pledged to another power, like if I can do that as an independent, then that works for me.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do it as an independent. There just might be a kickback against it, like whether it's a power bounty or something along those lines, which personally I'm fine with. I mean, I've done the murder hobo thing. And if that's what we need to do to keep certain powers at bay and systems that we just want to keep as independent, then so be it.
Question is it measurable? Like we have impact on what's going on with the Thargoid, right? And the wars that are going on there as individuals, but how do you measure that individual contribution? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Power Play's wife.
Yeah, I was under the impression there was going to be a new menu in the Galaxy menu, or like the system menu that would have charts or graphs like the current BGS does. Did they show a mock-up of it at an old stream? I thought it was going to be even a bit more accessible than the BGS information.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is going to be at least a Galaxy version of that map. And I'm pretty sure all the system info you need is going to be on that map info screen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time to like when I first started playing this game and I was listening to like the podcasts that were out there when they'd start talking about BGS and power play. I just thought they were the same things and the terms were interchangeable because, I wasn't even elite in anything yet or anything and just kind of learning the game. And it was so fucking complex that I sought out podcasts to try to learn how to, play this game. And I miss those days because I'd hear about, BGS and power play. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. I don't care. And then I'd hear about, people's disconnection issues or fighting Thargoid, weird bugs in the game. None of those would affect me because I just wasn't playing it enough at that time. Now I'm this grizzled old frickin' veteran in this game who's been playing it for years and I know everything in the game and I like about half of it.
I know less than half of you have as well as I'd like, and I like less than half of you have as much as you deserve.
That's exactly what came to my mind.
Exactly.
So what we've learned here is that Commander Chig is the Bilbo Baggins of the Elite universe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which means he probably has the Elite Ring of Power, which means he knows where Raxxla is. So, canon.
I'm definitely about that height, but but what I'm kind of saying is the longer you play this game, the things that you really like about it, you always kind of like, and then the things that you don't like, you can kind of grow to like them a little bit, but then again, you just don't. And then it's really disappointing when one of your favorite things is like the most bugged out thing in the game. Like I'm a huge CQC guy, and just that's my love-hate relationship with this game is, the things that I love. This is a game that I still cannot believe exists. That I understand, a generation, that they do and stuff like that. I understand it, but still, the fact that there's 400 billion systems, trillions of planets, still just boggles my mind every time I play this game.
Yeah. Now,
so you talk real quick about how awesome the Angels are doing CQC with us, even though we're both in very opposite time zones from when they usually want to do it.
No, I love that, and I feel bad that I can't get on with them, especially like they've scheduled 2 or 3 times the last week, and I mentioned I was literally not home, and there's no way I can play that on a Steam Deck on hotel Wi-Fi when I've never played this game with a controller to begin with, and I'm not gonna like lug HOTAS to attach to a Steam Deck. That would just be what is it, the hard R word? It just would be a bad idea. So.
Chig, so sorry.
Go ahead.
Chig, and of course you have my condolences with CQC. I do just have to say though, falling in love with CQC is like being a really big Laserdisc enthusiast and just begrudging Blu-ray. It's like, okay, man, come on, like this was inevitable. you picked the wrong game.
No, literally.
You know what I mean?
He bought Betamax. Oh wait.
Like at a certain point, like it was just you fell in love with you took the wrong girl to the dance.
Well, that's once again my love-hate relationship with this game. Most of that hate, unfortunately, goes towards the company that makes this game, makes the changes to this game, decides what they're going to work on and what they're not going to work on, and it always kind of it boggles my mind that there's so many things they could do to try to gain some popularity. Like, okay, CQC, the matchmaking is just broke, but a lot of that would be fixed with just more players in there, because then it would just fill lobbies and you'd be fine. There's never more than one lobby worth of players playing, and then when you get a single player who's so much better than everybody else, typically in that lobby every time, that scares away anybody new from playing, even scares away very experienced players from playing. So that kills a whole swath of it. And that's not even getting into the fact that there's 0 rewards for playing CQC. I mean, I had, 300 hours or whatever it was to get to elite, just playing CQC. That's actual in matches playing CQC, 300 hours.
Wow.
And I made like 2 million credits. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd have to have a reliable incentive for in universe game rewards for CQC.
Yeah, I mean, if they started giving away engineering mats, even though that's now a thing of the past, and I want to complain about that too when we get to it, but
that's not. You're getting into old man yells at cloud territory, Chig.
No, seriously, no. I loved what they did, making the mats more accessible, but they did it in like the dumbest way possible. So now you have to drop in and just be inconvenienced waiting for your limpets to collect everything. Why didn't they just jump them from 3 to 9, per thing? Then, because I mean, right now with how many are in there, without collector limpets, it's just super fucking annoying. You can't just scoop, the 5 things pretty quickly. You spend freaking an afternoon collecting one, HGE. So that's my only thing. If they wanted to up the number of mats, which I love that they did that. They should have just moved it from 3 to 9 or 3 to 12 per scoop, and that would have fixed it, and I would have been happy as a pig in slop with it. But otherwise,
you're wrong.
No, I'm right.
I'm with Trax. I don't think that'd be the way to go.
Well, tell me how that would make it worse.
Because that removes all subtlety from providing a reward from one material or another. Like you can still adjust.
Excuse me?
Like you can. That's like the hammer approach, right? Like instead of being able to tweak things specifically, if you just raise it by a factor of 3, then every reward is the exact same.
Okay, so they went from 5 to like 15 in there. It's still the same.
But that's at HGEs, but I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the only one that I'm talking about, because it's silly now that, if you want to go collect mats and you're scooping manually, it will become, a giant pain in the ass. But I'm a guy who hasn't needed engineering mats forever, because I filled everything across everything, with my obsessive behavior 4 years ago, and I never had to worry about engineering mats again. So I might be the wrong guy, but when I saw the way that they fixed it and they just put a whole bunch of more dots on the map that you have to collect, that just, that all that did was gave you more mats, but made them just kind of annoying to collect. They could have just done the same thing by just upping the numbers.
You sound like, listen, no, I usually have a lot of respect for the Chig opinion in this game. I think Chig has a very, often a very thoughtful approach. You sound like such a petulant baby right now. Like engineering needs to be fixed. Oh man, they made it annoying. Now I have too much math.
When did I ever say engineering had to be fixed though? I was a guy who always I was never a guy, when they said they were going to do their engineering rework, I was like fine. So they fixed the roles so it's not RNG. I still wish there was a little bit of RNG in there, but I'm fine with the roles being fixed. I'm just saying the way that they did the HGEs was just like the only dumb way to increase the availability of mats. Just dropping more dots in there, just it increases it, but makes it's like the only way that it could have been tedious, is what I'm saying. Otherwise,
a size 1 collector limpet will you'll be good in like a minute.
Here, Chig. I am about to drop it. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm about to drop into an HGE when I find one. I'm in my Viper Mark IV. I have an
Oh, I know the
Operations
math.
Limpet controller. I'm going to
I know the
time how
math.
long it takes me to collect everything.
Yeah,
for you.
and I was saying specifically if
If you don't have one.
if you don't have a collector with you is what I'm saying, because sometimes jumping around the bubble, running missions, I don't have a collector and I'd like to drop into an HG. I used to do that, in my mission running Phantom. You drop in, there's 5 in there, scoop those 5 up real quick, and then you're on your way.
And you're
now
done.
you drop into one and it's like, holy Christ, and then you're just flying around.
I'm gonna go a little lark
time.
shadow on you, but if all of your if you have ship builds that don't have collector limpets because you're just that try hard, then that's your fault, not theirs.
Oh my God, you're the guy that has you throw SRVs on your
I throw
combat
SRVs
ships.
Thargoids.
I know. Yeah. So don't talk to me about shipbuilding, buddy.
Okay.
Oh,
So
gosh.
first of all, I figured out what the problem was. It was actually something in my audio system that needed to be updated, and it was actually my fault and not Discord's fault. So let's set that record straight. First of all, it was just me being stupid.
Okay, Discord,
But
put the lawyers away. Don't
come for me. I know it wasn't you. I'm setting the record straight now.
So someone at Discord office is listening to the podcast right now. Damn it.
Go back to bed. Go back to bed. Engine. I don't think there was a better way to. Okay, let me say it like this. Keep in mind that what Zach said, their purpose was they wanted to eliminate essentially the relogging. Like they targeted that specifically. And I think the thing they did is the best way to eliminate relogging, which was like primarily at HGEs, Jameson's crash site, and then the crashed anacondas, which they basically have. Now I went and did all of those to test it out and kind of see what it was like. And the HGEs are awesome. I mean, frankly, like if you're running around for doing BGS missions, like you say, put a size 1 collector on your ship.
BGS submissions, no.
But that's what you just said. Like if you're running around doing BGS, and you might have stopped at one.
I said just running missions. I didn't.
So
say
I've been
BGS.
flying this. Well, that's what the fuck.
I know.
Literally the example you gave.
So I mean, I was flying this Python 2, and it's got not a lot of space, but I put 16 tons of cargo space and a size 1 collector limpet on it for the occasional black box mission and things like that. And the thing's got shields for days, so it's fine. I don't need to fill those slots with armor anyway. And it was great. I went around, I filled up, I made note of, I had known these before, like which materials spawn under which conditions in HGEs. But it's good to brush up on that and figuring out which ones are going to override the others. Like boomer expansion always overrides whatever else is going on, and like being a federal system will override the war outbreak or civil unrest and so on and so forth. There's like sort of a hierarchy to it, but it doesn't take that long to sort of, you can just most of the time look at the gal map and figure out where things are. Although the gal map really only shows you BGS states to systems that you have previously been to and mapped. So it's a little bit limited, and sometimes you have to look at Inara. But anyway, it's a small little nitpick there. Jameson's crash site. Anybody else tried that yet besides me?
Yep.
They basically, so I guess they're like doubling the spawn points. I think the ratios and which mats are available from those points are about the same, but they just like there's double as many points, but they also just absolutely flood you with it. It's like every time you scan one of those things, and it's like kind of impossible to see unless you're watching the counter go up because of the way data mats are shown differently than physical mats. But you scan that thing and it says you got this like adaptive encryptors capture or whatever it is. And you just got like 16 of them and you don't even know it. Like, so one trip around those 8 things, you fill up that grade 5 mat that it gives you like right away. And then I actually, I ended up doing one relog of the thing, and that filled up like all the other little ones along the way. But
and then you're flying to Diagandri or whatever to trade them all out, then flying back there. So it's still the same thing, just less relogs.
You could, but it takes almost no time, and I don't know if it's super necessary because of mission rewards. Because of a lot of other things being available in mission rewards, different data mats that didn't used to be available. I think that's the main takeaway here is like, if you want to, you could go do the HTEs, or you can just spy one. Like if you're just looking at the BGS map one day and you see, outbreak state or, civil unrest, that's another one that doesn't always pop up. And it's like, I could go grab my, civil unrest as improvised components. I could go grab my improvised components. You can just sneak in and do that. Otherwise, probably just do missions, and they really are pumped up enough on mission rewards that you're going to get a wide variety of things, including raw mats. The thing that I think is still not that great is the crashed anacondas. There's a lot more spawn points to the point where, let's see. So I went to one, and there's like 3 or 4 different categories that they are available at grade 4s and a couple of 3s for. And you still had to relog kind of several times if you wanted to totally fill everything up. But I was getting, between 20 and 30 of each per trip around, where it used to be maybe like 7, in the old days. So it's pretty good, but those are available as mission rewards now too. So I don't know, maybe just roll with it and see how it goes. But I did go through the process just to check it out. I don't think the crashed anacondas are worth it. And I don't think any other sites have been really adjusted. It's just those kinds of things that were kind of known for grade 5 mats, those specific things. And everything else, like encoded missions, is still just like one data beacon and maybe a couple of things floating around. It's not high grade data, and it's not flooding in large amounts. I don't think it was changed at all.
So for the record, I dropped in on an HTE. I had 0 proto-light alloys because I had traded them all away for engineering I'd been doing on my Type 8. So I started from 0 with a size 3 operations limpet controller, so a multi-limpet one. In my Viper Mark IV with only 3 limpets out, I was able to completely fill the proto-light alloys in 1 minute and 47 secones.
Did you hate it the whole time?
No, I actually didn't care. I was just looking at how pretty my ship was.
Hey, just remembering all the hunting for pharmaceutical isolators, and you'd chase down the timer, and you'd get in and pop in, and there'd be 3 or 4 of them, and that's great. Now I remember the first time I popped in with the changes, and it was like, God damn it! I got to scoop all those up now. This is ridiculous. No, I had a very good reaction.
Jig, I love you, but this one's a little bit on you.
The other thing is that the SCO drive,
engineering itself,
like you're saying,
or just the engineering itself. So we've heard people now that have gone in, and the randomization has been taken out of it. It's great. If it's a grade 3, you're going to click the button 3 times.
Yeah.
But now they're complaining. Well, I got to click the button. I just want one button that says take me to grade 5. Just give me it. It's I kind of like to celebrate the improvement. And
so they want to see freaking engineering grind. Have them go play Warframe. Somewhere Nate will be laughing.
I just want a button that says win game. Why are we beating around the bush? Yeah.
Solo battle.
Exactly.
Bink. Bink. One game.
Sorry to dogpile on you, little chig.
Well, okay, so yeah, it would be sort of convenient, right, to just have a button that says do the recipe and just show the mats. But the only reason I can think of that it wasn't like fully switched over to that is because technically you still have the ability to not go to grade 5 if you don't have enough. Yeah. So, being able to partially do the recipe. I mean, as a PSA, please realize that if you do any rolls on any grade, you will fully complete the negative aspects of that mod.
Mhm.
You
It's
know,
only
and I mean
positive
that was true before. So, like if you only have enough mats for the first roll of grade 5, you will get 100% of the negatives and only 20% of the positives.
Of the positive for it.
Right. So that's the consideration of maybe you pull that, you know, maybe you don't, maybe you wait until you have enough to actually do all 5 rolls. But it's, I don't know, the negatives are not usually that big a deal, you know,
Yeah.
but it's that is a thing to note because sometimes, you know, some people didn't realize that because before when you're doing your random rolls, you're not really watching those rings, right? You're watching the other rings. So that one's sneaked by some people.
God damn it, I lost 0.03%.
Yeah, but I dig it. I haven't touched any on foot gameplay since then too because I'm still not that interested, but I understand that's much better.
Indigo
And gooder.
saying positive things about it. Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed,
So-
you do. I think we made Chig walk away from his desk.
Oh no, I tried talking
Nah.
a couple times and my mic was muted.
Wait, what'd
I-
you say? You're cutting out.
I literally I picked one tiny little nit. I said everything else was great, and it turned into a big thing. So relax, everybody. Holy Christ!
Yeah.
I picked one
Got him.
tiny little nit.
You hear that? He loves the
See?
game.
And then
You
Lark
make-
Shadow and his compelling gameplay. It took him almost 2 minutes of just staring at a screen to collect all those dots. I'll just say,
Content master.
Very good.
Holy
Very
crap!
good.
Oh, compelling gameplay.
see, that's when you stepped away to fix your thing. I just started rambling for no reason whatsoever. That's
Did you?
that's what happens. Yeah,
Oh, great.
it happens.
So is that what we've done? We jumped right into let's talk about engineering and stuff.
no, I started complaining about FDev a little bit there. You missed that too, I think.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, and then yeah. That's what
So
when
Chig-
mommy leaves the house, I just go off apparently.
Yeah. So Chig, have you tried this Python Mark II?
Well, I have one, and I think I flew it once, but I haven't even engineered it or anything. So no, I haven't had a chance to get into combat with it or anything.
Oh, bummer. Well, it's pretty great. You should do it. I'd said before that I prepped some guns for when this was going to come out. And so this thing was made for the pacifier frag cannons, and I knew that, right? So I had my old set, dug them out, made sure they were all polished up. But I prepped up some other things, a set of 4 cannons, a couple of other options and things that I thought of. I haven't touched it. I've just left those frag cannons in place. The thing about frag cannons is typically you don't really want to use them in like a conflict zone. Right. You can do them for like an assassination run or something where you're going to have like 1 or maybe 2 or 3 quick kills because you run out of ammo. It's just brutal damage, but you run out of ammo. Well, this thing with 4 of these fucking things, the damage is so high you don't run out of ammo. The ships die so damn fast. I'm clearing conflict zones and not running out of ammo with frag cannon, so I haven't touched it. And of course, they're pacifiers, which seems like they're doing less damage, but it's not. It is not.
I think we found Daxy's I win button right there. Perfect.
Yep.
It is ridiculous.
Just carve that in your mouse, your left mouse button.
Yeah.
I
So
win.
that first couple of days, there was a BGS war going on in our space against a federal faction, and it was one of these I don't know. I think the thing was bugged or something. It was throwing at me chain corvettes. Like I've never seen. Usually there's a couple of corvettes will spawn in a conflict zone against the feds, but this one was like corvette. As that one's dying, another corvette comes in, and I'm flying this thing. I'm deleting corvettes at an unprecedented rate, and it's refilling just as fast as I can kill them. It was insane, but it was very cool. It was well, that's the other thing. It's a mover. Doesn't matter if I get hit.
It is definitely a glass cannon.
Oh, I don't know. Mine's got like 3,000 shield. It's fine.
I think it's just a regular cannon.
I'll tell you what. And
my engineered shields.
here's the other thing. PSA: low draw is the best experimental effect for any shield. Full stop. That's it.
Get out of
and
here.
People ignore it. People put fast charge on their bi-weave. Nope, low draw is better.
Tell us why, Trax.
Because
I usually the
low draw is an experimental.
Okay,
I usually put overcharged on my shields.
Well, that's the main mod.
Oh no, that's an old joke about how I overcharge every power plant.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm still in shock that Lark Shadow was mocking you for having a fully engineered shield when we were just talking about how easy engineering is now. Come on,
I'm
Lark.
working on it.
He's doing it.
Lark's run out of excuses to not engineer anymore.
Yeah, I really have.
Yeah.
And what's going on is I'm just flying around gathering mats and then doing what I do, which is getting very distracted by everything in space around me.
Well, I got one more question. I don't know if my mic was off when I tried to ask before. You mentioned you had a multi-limpet controller on your Viper. Doesn't that module weigh more than the Viper itself? I'm just curious.
The Mark II, no, the Mark III maybe.
Okay, just checking.
Your thrusters just
It
don't
is
do
a heavy
anything.
beast, but I've got dirty drives on my Mark IV, so it's fine.
Boosts to 8. His limpets are pushing him around space.
Yeah, didn't you know that's the new meta? You just put like 17 limpets out and they push your ship around.
They're all strapped to the hull. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's fun.
So hold on, quick clarification for the audience. Why low draw, Trax?
Low draw because it reduces the overall power draw of the shield, but that's almost an unimportant side effect. It's the distro draw for when it is charging. Is significantly reduced, and that's what drains your system's capacitor whenever you're getting shot. So when you're out there, and bi-weaves are extremely distro heavy, right? More so than a prismatic. Prismatic is charging so slowly, I guess. I don't know how that works out.
You can have one pip in your systems with a prismatic, and you'll be fine when it's recharging.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's even more so. Both of these shields, both prismatics and bi-weaves, should have low draw. It draws so little from the system's capacitor that typically it will end up charging just as fast or faster than if you had fast charge on it, in which case it would be draining the hell out of that system's capacitor. So anyway, this Python, I still want to have pips and engines when my shield is charging. I take a couple of shots and it's going to start draining that system's capacitor. Not with low draw, and I've got it on my all my shields basically have been switching to low draw. I have prismatic Mamba and low draw on that thing. Yep, one pip over there. Just throw one pip in there for a second every once in a while. It's good to go.
So I'll be really interested to try that on my Asp Scout, because the shield I use on that is a engineered to low power shield anyways, because I'm trying to run that thing quiet. Mm-hmm. And so if I put low draw on that too, I'm curious what the response time will be, because it goes down pretty fast, but I want it to come up really fast too.
That is a combo I haven't looked at.
Right now I have low draw and fast charge on it.
Enhanced low power and fast charge then? Yeah. That's a combo I haven't looked at, whether enhanced low power changes distributor draw. If it does, then you might not need the low draw experimental. Well, are we doing this live right now?
This portion of the show brought to you by Inara.cz.
Right.
So let's see. This is a bi-weave.
Yeah, it's a what size is it? 3C in bi-weave, enhanced low power, fast charge.
Let's see.
I'm not in that ship, so I had to remember that from memory. Sorry.
Enhanced low power. The distro draw is 1.08 megawatts. Low draw cuts it by, let's see. So you already have minus 40% to your power draw. And where is your distro draw is unmodified by that.
Ooh.
I was reading power draw, so it drops the distro draw by a further 20%. So it could still be
I'm
good.
going to give that a try and report back.
You want to see what the charge speed is? So fast charge would be the other default. So
Yeah, and that's the one I
55
have
and
on
a 55 seconds and a minute 3. With low draw, it's 41 seconds and 50 seconds. It charges faster with low draw.
Dang.
By a
big
significant
difference.
margin. Yeah.
Damn,
And
sit
that's
down,
with-
Lark.
That's
That
with
was
2
the
pips
freaking
in
thing I've been
systems,
looking
right?
for this whole time too. I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
That's with 2 pips in systems. And if we lower that, right, if we like change, so there's maybe only 1 pip in systems, it's going to increase the benefit of low draw because.
Nice.
So anyway, yes, low draw confirmed, still the best mod, the best experimental for any shield.
Pro tip indeed.
Isn't
I've
it
been
Engineering
looking
with
for
tracks,
that,
live on
that
the
thing
show.
with the distributor forever. I had no idea it was that one.
Isn't it amazing how these metas were decided like 7 years ago and proliferated endlessly and no one ever thought about them? That's why I always overcharged every power plant. It's like, that's what the internet said.
So you get the power.
So I need power. Power spaceship good.
Well, see, and that's why I always went against it, because I'm a contrarian little bitch.
Dude, I got to start thinking for myself, man. Or just let you guys think for me, but not the internet. That's the problem.
We are on the internet right now,
Yeah.
technically, aren't we?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
We are
Technically.
I trust you guys still. We'll see if that lasts.
oh, you fool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll check back in a few minutes.
I was gonna say, give it a minute.
That's good. That's good.
So anyway, engineering's good.
Mhm.
The random
Oh,
rolls was
flip.
the worst of it for me, but I really do appreciate being able to
Thank-
get materials easier.
God,
Samesies.
that fever dream of the early 2010s is gone. I think game companies have realized how silly that was.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Hmm.
Yep. Between no random rolls and the SCO drive meaning I can get anywhere, and yeah, there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun to be had, and
And
each
quick
one of
mats.
these things, yeah, quick mats. I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty good about a lot of these changes. They're not removing gameplay, right? It's like we joke about the I want the win button, right?
Mhm.
I want a button that says win game, like, but they're not removing gameplay. You know, you still do missions to get things, and you still have to like kind of look and find the thing you're looking for if that's the specific one you need. You still have to fly to your destination, and you still have to sort of worry about the heat and the fuel consumption of the SCO, even though you're getting there much, much faster than you used to. So it's like there's still a consequence to long distances. It's not the SCO drive didn't delete that, you know. I think there's some
No,
well thought out things here that have been added recently.
Very
But
good.
it
They didn't
has-
take away the scale of the galaxy at all by adding the
Right.
SEO drive. We'd been asking for
100%.
something like
Right.
that for a long, long time. Nobody wanted, when people talk about, I think you should have instant travel and stuff like that. That takes away the scale of the game. What they did was, I will give FDev credit where credit is due. That was a very smart way of addressing, reducing travel times in this game. That it was brilliant.
adds gameplay instead of
Yep.
taking it away in the
Exactly.
process of solving this travel problem or reducing it. It's really nice. Good
Great.
job.
The scales there it is still there, but the scale for the time poor player has changed significantly.
Mhm.
So now the time that you had to invest going collecting mats and doing engineering and getting out of these sites, now if you're time poor, now you can put more energy into tinkering with the engine on the engineering side, which I think is, especially for someone who's time poor, it's got to be more enjoyable.
Same.
Absolutely.
It's almost acknowledging the aging of the player base as the game approaches a decade.
What, we're closer to death, so we need
Well,
things
no.
faster.
Yeah, I got time, man. When I started playing Elite, I didn't have a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old. Now I do, man.
Yeah, but my kids,
Yeah,
when I started
I'm not going to stop playing the game, so I'm going to soak up those mats whether you like it or not, Chig.
When I started
No,
playing
but
Elite,
keep
I had
going.
a 11-year-old. Now I've got an almost 18-year-old. So I'm about to have more
Jesus.
time to play the game. So I say,
Well,
slow that drive down.
Lucky
And-
you.
One mat per place.
And I'm the old guy who can play anytime I want for as long as I want. So
When his wife doesn't ask him to build a retaining wall.
I know he said he made a dried creek bed. I don't know why you wouldn't just take the water of an existing creek and you got a dry creek bed, but it is what it is.
it is what it is. Oh,
You
or
have to be very careful with the sand, is what it is.
Oh, stop.
sand.
Oh, stop.
Actually, if people were to see that this landscaping stuff that Oblivious does, he should start a new career doing that professionally for people, because that's some
Oh
impressive
God,
work he's been
no!
doing.
Then I'd have to build it on their time scale.
Yeah.
That thing
that's the
took
trick.
me a year at my pace.
Gotcha. You can't charge enough.
No,
Gotcha. Looks good though. Nice work you've done.
thanks.
I mean, you don't have stairs going to nowhere like our good buddy Data. So, all right. Now, community
what
news?
else? What else haven't we talked about? I don't know what happened when I was gone.
Or was it Thor that got kaboomed? Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, Thor
Yeah, that
kaboomed.
Or
I missed that one. The first one I've missed because I was gone for like 2 weeks.
stuck in a hotel room.
Yeah, timing
Mm.
timing didn't work out. I wasn't paying attention to when that was going to pop, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it should be popping next week, and I was like already kind of out of town. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well, it is what it is.
I thought I was going to be able to actually see it explode. And then while I was at work, I started seeing people post pictures of it exploded. And I'm like, oh, guess not.
Yeah, I also didn't have my thumb on exactly when it blew up the day before, but I thought it was later in the evening. So by the time I started thinking, hey, what time is that? Maybe I'll pop onto the game and watch it blow up. Everybody was like, oh man, that went off like an hour ago.
Yeah. It's like you can go look at the fire. I mean, it's still burning a little bit, but
Yeah. So two more to
good
go.
Two more to go.
Yeah, Raijin and Cocijo. I was trying to look. I did some research.
I think it's
No, it's Cocijo.
Cocijo. The J is silent.
Cocijo. Yeah, I've seen.
Oh my
'cause it's
God.
a,
You sound like a substitute teacher trying to read kids' names.
it's a like
Aaron.
I'm trying to- I
Aaron.
can't remember the name of the.
Jaw Red.
It's
Such a good-
Zapotec
Such a good sketch.
from the ancient Zapotec religion. Cocijo. Yeah, Cocijo. All right.
Is that a cheese?
It could be if you want it to be. It would be the lightning cheese from
think we-
Central America.
see, and I
you
did no
know that?
research, and in my brain, I just calling it Cujo.
Huh.
Well, it looks like it's going to be sort of like a Spanish kind of word, but it's not. But similarly, the J is more like a yo sound.
I thought you were going to
So.
say Spanish Titan.
No. Anyway, Raijin has slightly fewer control systems, so I think that's likely the target, although I will be honest, I have not checked any of the authorities on that subject. But yeah.
Following
Whatever.
the previous patterns, it looks like
Yeah.
it might be a target.
That's right. It has they both of these next two have a big pile of them, so it'll be a little while, but go tag those systems, because remember, you get engineering mats for any systems when they are recovered from Thargoid control, little payouts to any of them that you contributed to.
I may actually
so-
go do that with Raijin, because that sounds like a really easy way to get some engineering mats.
If you just bounce around to a bunch of green dots and kill like one Thargoid
scout?
in every system, or a scout, or whatever, just tag each one. You'll get whatever the minimum tier is for every single one of those systems. You'll just like wake up one day and have a bunch of random mats falling on your face
Nice.
over the next few weeks. So,
Time to
kinda-
go see if my DBS can.
You know,
solo
it kind
on
of sounds like
Cyclops.
that kind of takes the sting out of HGEs and how long it takes your limpets to get them, huh?
well,
Maybe.
so they're random, whatever you get. So anyway, and HGEs, you can't get exquisite focus crystals or biotech conductors in HGEs. So those are the two. Don't trade those down. Here's another PSA. It's a night of PSAs. Don't trade those suckers down. Those are from mission rewards and other things. So
Enough PSAs in here. We should just add the more you know theme.
get taken down again.
The more you know. Is that the
Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Oh, wrong.
There it
wrong
is.
one, Sorry.
Pork chop sandwiches?
Hey, remember when
Chop
there was
sandwiches.
remember when there was supposed to be some kind of like special elite Frontier FU going on, and they were like, "Watch our socials." Did anything ever come of that? I haven't heard anything.
I don't know. I'm banned on Twitch. I can't watch anything.
I'm sorry for your loss, Daxie, but that's still hilarious.
You guys tell me. I'm in the dark.
You did this to yourself.
I did this to myself.
I don't know. I still love the day that FDev went like 12 hours just playing crowd noise or whatever. What the hell was that?
That turned out to it was like a full 24 hours, and then the last hour they changed it to being sounding more like a ride, and then after that it was like, sure enough, yep, it's the Planet Coaster 2 or whatever. Yeah,
I'm
it was
really
like
excited for that.
yeah, it was like, I mean, I don't know, that's not really a troll, right? But it was kind of a troll. I don't know.
I know, yeah, it was weird. I know a lot of people. I checked the chat. I popped into it a couple times to check the chat on it to see what was going on, and people were engaged with it for the entire time. It was bonkers.
Didn't we release an episode of All Silence once?
Yep. April Fool.
No, it wasn't April Fool's. It was a vindictive and
petty,
bitter, petty, vindictive, and bitter move on my part because of something that happened a long time ago. They deserved it, in my opinion, but whatever. It doesn't matter now.
At least we're honest about it.
And it was fine anyways, because, I mean, you should have heard what was said at 48 minutes in that episode. It was so good.
It certainly was better than the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
That to
also,
this day
for
is
the
our best
record, I
episode.
made it like 25 minutes in before I figured it out, you effers.
No, you didn't.
Probably you and Alec Turner.
If that's true, you probably forgot you'd pushed play and got distracted. And you were doing something else.
100%. And then I look back, I'm like, oh, that's still on. Oh, that's nothing. And I went to something else.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. It's good stuff.
I think that's it then for news and stuff.
There's one more thing. A new Buckyball race has started.
Yeah. Community Corner. So now there's a Buckyball race, and it's Alec's race.
Right.
So he made a video showing what's going on. There's a post here. I got a correct link that doesn't go to a dead, outdated website. I'm here in the show notes. So check it out. This one's going to involve some SRVs and some landing at places and running around.
I watched the video. It looks like a freaking hoot. I may actually do this one just to do it.
Is this the Zombaland one?
Zombaland, yeah.
Okay. I say it properly. We don't want no copyright infringements. Let's go. It's Zombaland.
Zombaland, yep.
Yes.
Cool. Check out the rules for that. That will be starting soon. Should I click on it and see when it should be starting? I mean, I should. Scrolling
on
intensifies.
August 23rd through September 2nd.
So
right?
Starts tomorrow.
So 12 UTC on Friday the 23rd starts. Yep.
All right. I never read. They go putting their days in front of the months, and it confuses my little monkey brain. So
yeah. Also in Community Corner, we got to congratulate our big brother and sisters over at Lave Radio, who are celebrating 500 episodes this week. Or I thought it was last week because I thought I had missed it.
I thought it was next week.
But they took a week off to rest up from all the festivities and stuff like that have been going on with the community meetup. And so the 500th episode will be this coming Tuesday. So super big congratulations to them. It's fantastic. I can't help but feel like we're coming for them, because when we were a year old, they were 6 years old, and now we're 5 years old, and they're only 10 years old. So we're half their age now. So we're gaining on them.
Mm-hmm.
Time is a flat sphere.
Pretty soon, we will be the longest running Elite Dangerous podcast.
We're going to overtake them. But I do understand we have a happy birthday message for Lave. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, this showed up in the inbox.
We'll play this now. A message celebrating the 500th episode. Here we go.
Well, hello, Lave Radio. it's the old Texas. I'm just popping on down from Tottenham Road and heard it was your 500th birthday. Well, many happy returns, Governor. I think this occasion calls for a little song. Happy birthday, Governor. Happy birthday, Governor. Happy birthday, Lave Radio. Happy birthday, me brother in it.
Good God.
So tell me, is Tottenham Road just the only road you know for sure? Is
It's the only one I know.
is the only one you know the name of?
Since when can we afford Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins?
I made the thing and I'm crying.
It sounds
So stupid.
it's just dazzlingly stupid.
He's right. Happy birthday. Happy 500th Lave Radio.
I'm just shocked you did that in one take. It just boggles my mind.
Oh boy. Yeah.
That
they
is
deserve
the
it.
power of memes.
They've worked so hard for so many years, They deserve it. Our best.
Yeah.
It
And
is
that-
impressive.
And that was our
that
best.
is our best.
That's it. Laying it all out.
Yep. I this is our 5 years. What, Tuesday officially? I think, or Sunday. Wait, tomorrow's Sunday. I think is officially 5 years since our
The exact
first
5
episode.
years,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, and this is where we peaked. Is with that. Good
Oh.
Lord.
It's a very low bar, and we still hit it trying to vault over.
Oh God, that's good.
Good work.
And
Good
that's
work.
why I love you, gents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad we put that at the end. It was a good move.
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, nobody will hear it because this episode was just bonkers. Good God. We still don't know what they do in Ohio.
Nope.
At
No,
this
we
point,
don't.
now that I fixed the problem, at this point, if I tell you, it would really spoil the mystery of the whole thing. So I think I can't, right?
There's no mystery to Ohio, isn't it? Voted the most boring state in the planet. I don't
State in the planet.
on the planet, yeah. On the in the planet.
Now that we're done congratulating Lave Radio, we're back to thinking of our country as the planet.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking Ohio's actually in the planet. You guys,
Typical American.
Ohio just sitting there slightly below sea level.
yeah.
That's
See,
the
that's
whole
why
thing.
all the astronauts from Ohio ended up in space, because they were just trying to get out of in the planet and end up there instead.
Exactly.
You're just
Ohio
giving them
is-
some hope.
Yeah, Ohio is a little overrepresented. Ohio and Kansas, aren't they a little overrepresented in astronaut home
Ohio's
states?
the first.
Yeah.
If you come from Ohio, you want to get off this planet, apparently. So
Or they just put something in the corn.
I
Oh.
don't know. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Mhm.
The thing they put in the corn was Audaxius's English accent.
That's where I got it.
from Ohio,
I think you got it from Butcher from the boys. That's what it sounds
No.
like to me.
very much. Yeah.
Where I got it was from the cultural wasteland that is an American upbringing. Totally devoid of substance.
100%.
I
So
like it.
television. Got
At
it.
the critical age when you need to be exposed to other people and cultures and languages, we get Pepe Le Pew and Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins.
And the occasional book burning. Don't forget
Yep.
those.
Yeah, right. So we work with what we got, and what we got ain't much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool.
Cool. Should we sign this off? Any
think we
other
should.
messages of love that we want to send out to the world? Like
Well,
complaints about Ohio or
Well, let's thank
Anything else?
Kraft. Let's thank Kraft Singles for sponsoring us for these long 5 years.
5
I mean,
years.
That's true. They
Thank
have
you,
stood by
Graf.
us.
I have thrown
Mhm.
many a slice at a baby.
We've had a
is
lot
what
of-
it is.
We've had to answer a lot of emails and explain ourselves, but they've always stuck by us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. They do offer
Mhm.
us exactly the same support today as they did from day one. It's really, really good.
Yes. Yes. And
Unwavering, you could say.
All of those massage parlors. Wait, no, that was a craft joke. Wrong
What?
craft.
What?
My bad.
Oh.
Moving on.
Yep, I get it.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Say that one, dark.
All right. It seems like the right place to close up the episode. So if
I know,
anybody is
Ohio,
still
there's hope
listening, if anybody's still listening for some reason, thank you. And, you can find links to all the things we talked about in the show notes and links to a website where there's a merch store and you can even support the show on Patreon, which is just, pretty nice thing to do. So thanks everybody for having this chit chat with me while I figured out what was wrong with my microphone. And thanks to Audaxius and Lark Shadow and Chig and Oblivious.
Hey, random question. These show notes. Are these we titled them like at episode 117 and we've never changed the title since? Is that what I'm seeing? So when I click on the pin, show notes is Blue Screws 117. All right. We were just too lazy to change the title.
No, I update the title every show. I don't know what you're clicking on.
Well, I'm looking.
Is there something old in the pins?
Yeah, when I click on pins, it's LS117 notes is what's there to click.
Oh, I think that was the preview. That was the day that I because it does load the correct document with all my updated stuff from today. If you click on it, you see Chig. If you
episode
click on the
titties,
link,
I see episode titties, gristle all the way down. What is happening on the top?
Because you know what? Since we're still recording, let's just vote on the title for this episode. Possibilities for today include Gristle all the way down. I just want a button that says win game. This is where we peaked. Or but what happened in Ohio?
But spell that "but" with 2 T's.
I just want a button that says win game.
I was voting for the button that says win game myself.
I'm down with win game. That's good. It's good stuff.
Cha-ching.
All right. Is where we peaked.
Yep.
To be fair, I think we've had a "This is where we peaked" as an episode title before.
Changing all the spellings to the wrong.
Still recording.
Okay. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.